Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. How y'all doing? Uh, it is a cold day here in North Carolina. I don't want to start a whole, yeah, you think you know cold. It's snowing here. It's negative 75. It's blah, 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 blah. It's, below 40. I'm cold. And we're supposed to have like freezing rain today, starting around 2 or so. So, we'll see what's going on. Uh, so, what's up, everybody? How was y'all's week? Alex, how was your week? I know this time change has screwed everybody up.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Up until like a couple days ago, I thought, it's a great week. But I don't know. Mentally, I'm just kind of exhausted, and and that's, I don't know why. It's just I got a lot of stuff going on right now with things.
Yeah,
Getting all my paperwork lined out, getting my name changed in the last few places, and just trying to keep track of that stuff. And then it's supposed to be
right.
going to Colorado next week, and that's gonna be fun because I got to drive. It's like 8 hours up to Colorado, and then spend time with my dad for a couple days with my younger daughters, and then drive back on Sunday, kick them out of the car as I barely slow enough for them to get out
Hop and
and drive
roll.
on. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like a rolling dismount, so to speak, and on to Austin, and I got stuff to do at the Capitol on Monday, so
Right,
gotta
right.
hopefully get a chance to speak to a couple representatives and some other stuff going on. Anyways, yeah. Anyway, and trying to wrangle all of the particulars of that whole process, and still doing working 20-hour days in the meantime, and then trying to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row for like my passport and this, that, and the other. It's just I woke up
Yeah.
this morning and I'm like I just don't want to do the show today. I just don't want it. I don't want to get out of bed. I just want to lay here. I got to work tonight, and I screwed up and did not even realize the time was changing, and I went to bed like right before the time change. So I when it was 1 o'clock, it was really 2 o'clock, and yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. That sucks. I mean, you got
yeah,
you busy, busy though. I
yeah.
mean, you know, that's like stop it. I tell you, side note
Did
real quick. Huh?
say I did get my wheel bearing replaced last Sunday right after the show. I went out there, took it apart, and went, all right. And it's actually just a hub assembly. You can't. It doesn't have like replaceable bear. I was expecting to buy bearings and like tap out races and tap them back in with a brass punch and sit there packing bearings in my hand. God, I hate doing that. But yeah, no, it's just a whole sealed hub assembly. So yeah, I was like, oh, I'll
Right.
just buy them. I'll just replace them both at the same time. No, those things are $200. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna buy one.
I'm I'm the same way. Like, that's why my tires are all messed up because I only do one at a time. That's why like the inspecting the mechanic that inspects my truck each year, he's like, nope, you got to replace them all these tires. Just stop moving your rear tires forward and riding those and then moving those to the back after they get bad and then like stop it, replace all your tires, get an alignment check, get a pitman arm. I'm like, oh. So yeah, I feel you on the expenses of thinking, I'll just do both of them. That's
Well,
yeah.
and it's like I'm usually very proactive about things like that. I mean, it's like when I put brakes on, I don't just do one side. I don't think anybody does, but I mean, typically when I do brakes, I buy the whole kit. Front and rear discs, front and rear pads. And just do the whole thing all at once. And every once in a while, I go ahead and throw in new calipers just for the hell of it. And when I do like when I change my my serpentine belt, I buy the belt kit, which is the belt and the idlers and the tensioner, and I replace all of that at the same time, and then I take the old stuff because it's not actually broken and swap it out with the one that's under the seat. So
Hmm.
underneath my back seat, I've got a spare idler and tensioner and belt, just just in case I'm on the road somewhere and I throw a bearing goes
Emergency
out.
kit.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got a spare belt, I've got spare idlers, and because I've been on the side of the road when the bearing went out in an idler, and it's just like it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't keep the belt on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the
So
problems I'm having with my truck is the power steering pump pulley has come loose a few times. And I was reading somewhere and talking to somebody and said, yeah, once it starts going, it'll keep popping off randomly, because that friction uh, connection is weakened, and no matter how tight you tighten it, it'll keep popping off. I'm thinking, well, there's a threaded insert. The spindle is threaded on the inside. I can probably find a bolt that fits it, a washer and a nut or whatever, and lock it on. Put yeah. So there's that thought for me.
Oh, so that's what you guys are talking about. I was like thinking, it was like, oh, my pants belt. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like bust the belt all the time.
Right? Yeah. Well, yeah, I need to get in the habit there of keeping spare parts in my truck because it's just that old. Ben, shut up.
somebody told me the other day when I was out there putting the hub on it, and it's like, man, you just need to sell that and go get a new one. And I'm like, um, no. I mean, like, I don't owe anything on this truck. I mean, yeah, every once in a while I got to do some maintenance on it, but I mean, I put a $200 hub on it and a radiator and an electric fan. And that's all I've done in the last, I don't know, maybe year. And so, total is that's a two, four, $450 worth of repairs in the last
Yeah.
year. So I mean, that's a whole lot cheaper than a $400 a month new vehicle payment.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. Like, oh yeah, your truck is falling apart. You should just get a new one. It's like, who do you think I am? Warren Buffett? I don't think
Screw
so.
that.
Right?
You're gonna go for a swim in your money bin.
Putting that in a bank account for your new Tesla truck,
Yeah,
the
I ain't getting a
Cybertruck.
Tesla truck.
That.
But yeah, so my week, let me see. I constantly busy at work, but here's the thing, like it's been a lot of running around looking for things to do. We've had a few jobs here and there that have been on the schedule. We're looking like we might start to get a slowdown soon, so we'll see what happens with that. But last 2 weeks have been scheduled for um these two jobs, and they're supposed to be ready for us. One of them, the drywallers are supposed to have the ceilings finished with the texturing so that we can get in there and do some of the ceiling work we need to take care of, and this, that, the other thing, and like they were supposed to have that done like a week and a half ago, and they just supposedly, I haven't been in the job site to check it, but like supposedly just finished it on Friday. Like every time we go there, nope, we ain't ready. It's like, we had today scheduled for this, and so driving around looking for something else to do. And another job, also about 3 weeks behind on, like, heading over there every day to see if they're ready for us. It's like, hey, y'all got the lights for us to put up yet? You got this for us to do yet? Y'all fixed this yet? No, no, not yet, not yet. All right, let me go find something else to do, and it's like they just, end of week last week, what was it, Thursday, the lights started to show up. I showed up and they had a bunch of lights there, and, just spent the day putting up a bunch of ceiling fans. And it's like, well, next week is kind of booked up with, you know, a round of jobs. And it's like, I think I'll be able to get a chance to get over there and start working. I just hope they don't sit there and start, oh, why aren't you guys here putting up lights? Why aren't you guys here putting up lights? It's like, "You jerks, I stopped by every day for 2 weeks. Y'all weren't, and y'all knew, like, it was like, all you had to do is go pick up the lights. And, what the heck. But yeah, I was going to go to this Central Virginia blacksmithing hammer-in that everybody seems to be at, but there's actually a family issue going on. In addition to the fact that I checked the drive time, and without traffic, it's 2 hour, 45-minute drive one way, and I would be taking the work truck, and if anything were to happen in those 6 hours of driving, I'm screwed. I can't pay to fix a work truck. But also, a little side thing, I guess technically my uncle, my stepmom's sister's husband, Friday night had a heart attack and was brought to Greenville.
Is he doing okay?
Don't know. And was brought to Greenville, and everybody was freaking out. It's like, yeah, we may need the truck to head up to, Greenville. And it's like, or, at least go over and spend some time with my aunt, to make sure she's all right, this, that, and everything. So, good thing I opted not to go to the hammer-in, because I may be needed here this weekend. I wasn't needed yesterday, but it was the chance of it. So, there was that. It was just one of those, like, basically I spent most of yesterday at the ready to go. And oh, hold on, let me grab something. I forgot to grab it before the show. The Mokami Goo Goo that I forged last week, I ended up polishing. I didn't do an etch on it. I just basically heated it, temper colors, and to show the pattern. And holy cow, this turned out great. I'm gonna have to do some zoomy stuff on this. Where's that? There. Come on. Where is it at? Yeah. Real cool pattern.
Yeah.
So that turned out all right. I gotta wait for the zoom to work. Big face, yeah, man. That's better.
Dang, that looks pretty good.
Doesn't
Make
it?
my monster grow.
All right, Rita Repulsa. But yeah, the two options I have for that would be to bracelet, to take and coil it around as a bracelet. Which what I would probably do with that is take like a towel, put it around the horn of my anvil, and use like a wooden mallet to shape it so that I don't ding it anymore. And then just do that, or to cut it off in like 1-inch sections, sand and file it and everything, and drill a bunch of holes and call it a bunch of different keychains, and sell them as Moku keychains.
So do you think a leather would help you?
What?
To put it on the anvil or whatever?
I could put leather on that anvil. I just figured
Because I got a lot of broken belts.
Yeah, I have some leather laying around. I didn't even think of leather, but I was thinking a towel, just something soft like a terry cloth towel or something, tape it around. I mean, heck, I could even do, a shop towel and then duct tape it. You know, it's basically just so that it's not metal on metal. You know,
Yeah.
just something quick and simple. Um, because it is an uneven thickness, so parts of it will bend uh, easier than others, and I want it to bend uniform, so hence doing it over, you know, a form. Um, but yeah, uh, so that's generally my week. Um, how's your week been, Michael?
Um, it been pretty okay-ish, but I mean, I didn't have my niece and nephew and the family went to that Tendo World, and they haven't came back yet. So I am free today. So he's like, I'm coming over to the church. So
Right.
I can't remember what I was gonna say now.
Uh,
Yeah.
th-
But
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
because I was like so entranced of hearing everyone else's voices and that, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's all right. I just realized I forgot to say hello to everybody in the chat, so I'm going to take a moment and
Wait,
say hello,
oh,
everybody
here,
in the
hold on one
chat.
second. Hey, everybody, welcome to church, the Blacksmith Church. I'm the special guest.
Steve
Ish.
Parsons was in first. But yeah, today it's me, Alexis, and Michael from Black Collar Ironworks. And yeah, today we are discussing. Last week we discussed a bit of Celtic history, and today, because last week we talked about forging some Celtic knots and stuff. I figured today we'd look a little bit closer at the different versions and the different what would you call them? The different styles of the Celtic crosses, the Celtic knots, and pick a couple and discuss how we would go about forging them, how we would go, like what style would you do a pass through? Would you do a weave? Would you try to make it a solid piece by punching holes and shaping it and then chiseling it in so that it looks woven, much like what they do for jewelry, like for this, for example, where it's more engraved, punched and engraved. Um, so kind of just discussions on, I know how I would do. I would try weaves. One in particular that I would like to try would be this one here, and basically forging a ring, just like you would do a chain link, and then taking a bar and forging, you know, this, I guess it's called a trefoil. Not quite certain, and then weaving it into it, and then forging the points, you know. So, um, discussions on how the best way to go about, like this right here, for example, you know, this would look really cool weaved, or this would look really cool pass through, pass through here, pass through here, alternating pass throughs, and do it with several different bars and then forge weld each of them together and then shape them into like a grill. So, kind of just wanted to bring that up, um, and get the community's thoughts on what they would do. Trail Dust made a Brandon iron like that without the circle. I'm assuming you're talking about the uh, this one with the trefoil with the circle. I just finished. My coffee's done. Why am I trying to take a sip of it? But y'all are stuck on baby sharks in the chat. But yeah, so
Oh.
huh?
I said, well, I mean, we went off on a tangent.
It's a bad tangent.
Daily chart, chart week.
Shark Week? Is it Shark Week?
No, it's Shark Week.
Oh, it sharded my thoughts.
All right.
Everybody's looking forward to the Ethereum chart update. But yeah,
We're useless.
yeah, we are. Today's kind of a toss-up day. That's why we're doing the community discussion day. Like I said at the beginning, the time change screwed everybody up.
Ben dropping the
Ben
20.
Toombs. Check out my OnlyFans, Nemo's Bowl. Yames Shark. Yep.
Yeah, I actually have an Only's fan, but when I found out what it was like oh fuck.
Language. Hot
It
mic.
was. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I want to make
Oh,
I want to make
fudgies.
an OnlyFans where it's just pictures of fans that I've put up. Ceiling fans that I've put up.
Ah.
Because I usually snap a picture of the fans after I put them up to show, my boss to send a picture. Yep, here's the fan that I put up. So I've got a lot of pictures of fans randomly on my phone. Just compile that.
Boy, Ben Toombs is on a roll today.
He really is. Thank you very much, Ben Toombs. But yeah, straying away from knots because the chat's just going nuts on Ben.
Oh yeah, and I say I didn't have to wear clothes today even.
Right? Me neither. This is an AI generated CG image. I'm actually laying in bed.
I was gonna stay in bed. I was like, no, I'm not gonna adult today. I'm just gonna lay in bed. I'm gonna just like turn the Discord on my phone, and I'm just gonna lay here with my eyes closed and just add in whenever it's or whatever it's necessary. Well, actually, originally I was gonna get up and get ready, shower, get ready, all of that, and then I was just like, no, I can't.
Right.
So yeah, so I didn't have to take a shower yet. Didn't have to put clothes on. So yeah.
Yeah. $10 for the monthly potty mouth jar. Thank you, Michael.
No, Ben, I caught your post there, and I saw that. So it said, yeah. You can re-say it if you want to. I'm not gonna bring it up though. I mean, whatever.
But
It
is. This is just kind of community chit chat with Celtic knots as the backdrop.
Yeah, right. It's like, let's do Celtic knots. All right, we talked about one, and the rest of the time is just going to be this steady devolution into just like the sewers of our mind.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Sometimes it's fun to do that, to where you just shut your brain off and hang out. We do that a lot over, like a quad state, or when the group gets together. We have all these plans, like, oh, let's forge this, let's make this a group project, let's do this, and invariably we always end up like sitting around the fire just drinking and BSing. It's like, well, like we devolve into just hanging out.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's shutting the brain off and enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, it's like
There,
were you talking about quad state or whatever? You know,
hmm
you go we all show up and it's like, oh yeah, everybody brings the stuff to work on, and then nobody lights a fire the whole time. We just sit around drinking and talking, and
yeah.
and then
One or two
there's always,
people will.
let's say there's always that one guy that's over there, ting 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 ting, you know, and it's like, who is forging? What are they thinking?
Why are you
You know,
forging right now?
right?
Yeah. I,
So,
I, huh?
so is this the naughtiest stream we had so far?
No,
No.
no. We've
So
had
I
some
missed
bad
the
ones.
naughtiest stream.
We've had some. Oh, naughtiest. I get you.
But tish.
Yeah, I get you. What's up, Xavier?
Naughty stream. Naughty.
John Burnell trying to drag us back on track. Mr. John Burnell. Have you guys seen the knots they do with just flat plates and tapered chisels that looks like it's weaved? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Taking and punching or drilling or cutting some holes into, a solid piece and doing chase work to make it look like it's woven. Yeah, there's some fantastic artistry in that. I'll grant it, give it that. I thought I saw an image where it was just that, where it was a solid piece. Here's a wooden version. Or no, that's out of horseshoes. Yeah. Show more. But yeah, I've seen stuff like that where they'll take like just a plate and then cut out all the holes and then sit there with the chisels and make it look woven.
Hmm.
All right.
That's an interesting idea.
What's that?
Like, okay, so I don't know if you've moved the page yet because I'm on a 15-second delay, but on the bottom row on the YouTube screen there, the bottom row, uh, um, second one from the right, that's below the cross there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something like you could do with like the whole, cutting out and all that. I think it's basically the same thing you were pointing at earlier,
Yeah.
where
But
you could literally, like, weave that with a round bar or whatever, and do that, or you could totally just cut that out and chase it.
yeah. Um John Burnell just sent me a picture of a small one. Um I guess that's also plate. A little keychain, pendant.
I just had a huge epiphany.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
yeah.
If you weave it and then use tapered chisels on it, it'll make it look extra naughty.
Weave it and then use tapered chisels.
Yeah, it makes
Give
it
it some
extra naughty.
depth.
Yeah. Naughty.
We're just gonna run with that joke all
Yes.
day.
Yes.
But come on, Michael, it was funny the first time.
Let's see. Pull that up. Yeah. Weaving one would be, pass-throughs would be extremely difficult. Weaving them, though, would still present challenges. Like, and if you notice, most, if not all of them, are single piece. Like,
Yeah.
So basically, what you would have to do is take a bar, weave it, and then, like, okay, for example, this one right here, this quad. It's not quite a quadrifoil, but this 4-point weave. Take a bar, weave it all up into shape. Hammer out your points, do your thing, and then you'd have to forge weld the two ends together, and then make it match. It presents some challenges.
That one there, that one that you're looking at right there, that one you could probably do that with like 4 horseshoes and just like forge weld the tips together.
Right.
Instead of
Yeah.
actually like weaving it. I mean, you don't necessarily have to. I mean, I'm just looking at the U shapes. Okay, a horseshoe's not quite that shape. You might have to reshape it a little bit, or I
A
mean,
U
honestly, it
here.
might
Take.
be
Yeah.
even easier to just make them from scratch. But yeah, just you can just like weave the pieces together, kind of like that, and then just forge weld the tips, and then
Forge weld this tip, the tip of this shoe to the tip of this shoe,
yep.
for example, the tip of this shoe. Yeah, you know what? That would actually work. And then, you know, weave it together, heat up the middle, and then hammer it flat. Using something like a not flat, but using a wooden mallet so that it all like goes level to the same plane, and then
Or or maybe you just start with at one corner and you weld the tips together, and then you kind of do the middle piece, the as far as getting them overlapping, and then you add the next corner, and then you just kind of add them
weave it as you go.
yeah, weave it as you go, do it one shoe at a time.
Yeah, that's actually and yeah, not necessarily using a horseshoe, but taking 4 metal bars and bending them into a bowl shape, because that's not really a U, but yeah, bending them into that shape and then going at it that way. I think that's a good idea. You know,
Or you can like forge all 20 pieces of it and forge weld it. It was like, who am I kidding? I'm not Roy.
and then go one further and get forge a ring, get the ring in there, and boom. And then go one
Yeah,
further, take and do that 2 or 3 or 4 times, and then link them together.
and I'm looking at these, and I'm thinking, man, some of these would make really awesome trivets. You know what?
Right, right. And I've seen some of these as trivets. You know, um, not quite as elaborate, but I've seen people take and do a Celtic knot trivet, but they do like a simple Celtic knot, like one of these. You know, oh, look at this. This one would be wild. Follow the path. Okay, say a weld here. So this would be the 2 ends. You'd go whoops, whoops, and then through. That one would be wild. But yeah.
I I don't know. That one's that one's a little asymmetrical, and it hurts my brain.
Right?
I don't
That'd
like
be like the
Right?
perfect one to mess up on. It's like, oh yeah, this is it's a very rare one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I do not do well with asymmetry.
Not.
Right. This one here is
Mm.
just like chainmail. This one just forge a bunch of squares, you know, and link them together. Like I believe Adam last week was talking about how they invented chainmail, and it was you could see easily how using the interlinking loops that they do, that they would have naturally developed to form a chainmail. You know, that's pretty cool. I just think a lot of these would be really cool forged trivets, forged hot plates or wall arts, or if you can work teeny tiny, where's Cat Van Forge? She's there for that. You could do
Yeah,
pendants,
right. Yeah,
you
she
know.
could totally do that to fit on a pendant.
Yeah, it takes some like, you know, eighth inch or smaller, what
She
16th inch grab some welding rods. Just
can start with a piece of 1 inch plate, all the way down.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, some of these, it's like I would not mind trying them. Um, you could apply what you were saying about this one using the three, doing it in 3 pieces or 4 pieces and then welding the ends together. You could apply that with this, do 3 pieces, put one, weld 2 ends together, have it woven, and then grab a third piece, put it in there, and boom, boom, weld. Um, it'd be awesome practice for forge welding and blending your forge welds.
For sure.
Um,
I mean,
so yeah, Yeah, because I was thinking of the practice of weaving using, a single solid, bar and going from there. But it
Who does the? I'm sorry to interrupt, but who does the small detail work?
that'd be Cat Van Ford. She makes tiny knives.
Okay, so does she have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I believe she does. I believe she puts most of her stuff up on Instagram though.
Okay, so or what she can do for she can like make it from a quarter and have like native like comments in that to have more
I don't know. Do Canadians have quarters?
I don't know.
uh
No, they do.
No, I
You know,
think Canadians.
American quarter.
I think the Canadians use twigs and leaf. No, I'm just kidding.
It's maple syrup concentrated into a small pebble.
What's that, Alex?
uh, I say they're still on the barter system. They trade sticks for stuff.
Right.
Or furs. Bigger furs.
Sticks and furs. Yeah, yeah. Xavier said he'd do it out of copper or brass brazing rods and solder the links together. That's actually that's a
It's a good idea.
idea there too.
Or like that very big gauge copper wire that Yamas uses.
Oh yeah. Oh, I could easily do Celtic knots and stuff out of, I say easily, but like, out of copper. And actually, that's not a bad idea. I have a roll of. All right, so this is really cool, and I've had it in my shop for a while, and I haven't figured out what to do with it yet. Um, I have, I want to say it's probably 60 foot, a 60-foot roll of antique electrical wiring. And when I say antique electrical wiring,
Ooh.
it was the one leg of the feed to a house on the beach, and they used two lines of uninsulated copper wiring running to the house about a foot and a half apart, uh, and then connect to that, and then the ground would be the neutral, essentially. So it was like it didn't have its own ground coming to it from the feed. Its ground went straight to the ground, and yeah, this copper wire that I have is, probably 80 to 100 years old, and we upgraded the house's electrical, and the guys at Dominion decided to let me have it. You know.
I'm I'm sorry. I was trying to. It's like I couldn't help picturing is like if someone like put a piece of food right in the center of it, and some
It would.
seagulls come out and it's like it ends up
Oh
zapping their
yeah.
wings.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's that's why they changed it. It's really dangerous.
I mean,
But
you have like fried seagull.
yeah, you see, Trail Dust is saying you could do it out of wax rods and cast it in brass, silver, or gold if so inclined. Absolutely, Trail Duds. You see a lot of that. I actually have something that was done like that. I can't grab it right now. It's under a bunch of stuff, but I have a tablet to sit on a dresser that was done like that, and it's out of brass, I believe. Yeah, brass. It's not gold because it does tarnish pretty severely, and it's brass. If it was gold, I wouldn't still have it. You know,
I think it
but
would be interesting if someone poured it in aluminum bronze. That
right,
has like a beautiful gold color, and I think it has a tensile strength of a low carbon steel.
aluminum bronze.
Yeah,
Hmm.
memory serves me right.
Somebody was talking about horseshoes. Alexis,
Yes,
the
what?
the image here is horseshoes done almost like what you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, just
Huh.
make the ribbons and then weld them together at the center.
Yeah. Because those are just like, basically you heat up the middle and like curve the ends across each other and
Yeah,
interesting.
very interesting. I might have to try some of these. It'd be an upgrade from the horseshoe hearts that I do. My zoom feature is horrible. But yeah, I wonder if those are forge welded or electrical welded. Neat. I'm gonna have to try that.
I know, right? That really was interesting.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those inspirational shows. What's up, Mr. Pekka?
Yeah, well, I guess that means after the show I'm gonna have to actually put clothes on and go outside and light a fire
No,
just because like this looks cool.
you said your night crew and you gotta
Yeah, I gotta rig one down tonight and then get it ready to go in the morning. And it's one of those rigs that's it's either going to be all ready to go, which is highly unlikely. But it's probably one that I'm gonna pick at it all night long. Something to the tune of maybe get a piece out every 45 minutes. So it'll be just busy enough that I can't sleep, but not fast enough that I get done early. I'll be there till daylight easy. So.
uh-huh. Let me see.
Correction, it's strong as mild steel.
Strong as mild steel. Oh, the aluminum bronze.
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, yeah, I look at some of these and I think, man, like where would your connection points be? You know, where would your solid pieces be? Would you take and basically, like this
I
one for
think
example?
I think the points
I
would be
would
your
think so
connection
too, because you can always
because
convenience bend them.
forging that angle is wicked difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It is for me, anyways.
it would almost be doing four of these shapes, simple, chain link almost, and then bringing and connecting the points, convenience bending them out so that you can forge weld it, get it in the forge and forge weld that together and shape it to a point, and then bending it back in, and then doing the same 4 times, 3 more times, and then you could have that. That's actually, and you know what? If you wanna be extra snarky with it, take and keep these bent out as legs. Keep them bent out. I know I'm thinking in 3 dimensions on a 2 dimensional image, but taking these and having this point, down, but over here, and then you've got, well, not a trivet, but a trivet, you know. But yeah, I still would like to try some of these, you know, and I think I might attempt a couple. I might try some of these during the show tonight. At the very least, one of these two.
Well, I tell you what, Ben is just all over the chat today.
I know.
I think you might need to lay off the cocaine a little bit.
I wonder where my Adderall went.
Yeah,
All right.
Mr. Coffee, how you doing?
But if anyone was interested in the aluminum bronze, this is like cast aluminum bronze is about strong as a mild steel. I don't know if it's what it would be if it was work hardened, but
Crumbly?
really,
Probably. Anything
yeah.
anything like that work hardens would start to crack and break apart. I've forged silicon bronze before, and I was forging a Mawabo out of it, and it's like it just started to break apart. Um, I've saved all the pieces. I still have them. Once I get a little crucible, I do plan on melting it back together and pouring it back into a shape, and then retrying it. It's just I haven't
You
gotten a
think that
crucible
might be
yet.
the aluminum in it? I mean, or
Silicon
the
bronze
sorry,
is
the
an aluminum.
silicon.
I have no idea. No,
Yeah,
silicon bronze is intended to be forged. I just forged it incorrectly. This
okay.
was years ago. You know, um, yeah, it's. I've seen some amazing things forged with silicon bronze, and it's naval steel or naval bronze is what it is. So,
Okay.
uh, but yeah. So anyway, I'm surprised that we've gotten a full episode out of this. Well,
I mean,
not surprised because we're discussing things that are interesting. Like
well,
how we would go about. Huh?
I said, and to be fair,
to be fair,
To be fair.
we do go off on tangents. I mean, like, it really doesn't matter what the subject matter is. We're going to get a whole show out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we could do a whole, if we had to, we could do a whole show on my cat's eye fingernails. It's like, oh, they did that with magnets, but yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, when I leaned forward, that sound dropped off. That's why I moved the mic. I have a mic on an arm, and yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely try one of these. I think I'm gonna do one of these for tonight's show. For the record, tonight's show may be a phone stream. I don't like bringing my laptop and camera out into the garage when it's raining. And we've got some nasty rain coming today, so we will see what happens. But yeah. And I know a lot of people would go, well, why, you're in an indoor shop. Why does the rain affect you? It's like, I got leaks in my ceiling like crazy in my shop roof. I need, what we need to do is get up there with a lift because it's a thin skin shop roof. It's not like a roof. I need to get up there with like a bucket lift and, clear off all the debris and power wash it. And then lay down a layer of, what's it called? That rubber stuff that you sealant.
Yeah, latex sealant.
Yeah.
Flex Seal.
Yeah.
There you go.
And roofing sealant, not just some off the cuff spray can stuff. I've used that. I've used that Flex Seal stuff. It does not work as well as it peels like crazy. So basically, it's something that's got to last 50 years. And
hey, honest.
Yeah.
Like, all you need to is just delay starting the stream and let the freezing rain clog the holes.
Well, the trouble is all the pine needles, all the branches, all the leaves and stuff that are on the top of the like, it's almost like having a thatch roof over a tin roof. And so what happens is it holds that water there and then just pools it, and then it finds, instead of just washing off, it pools and then drips down. I got major leaks over my shelves. I've got major leaks in my walkway. I've got a major leak over by my grinder, and I've got a major leak right behind my forge. So forging or being out there when it's raining, I spend more time chasing leaks than actually getting anything done. Hence why I don't do.
Why are you chasing the leaks when you could just, when you're not in there, you don't chase the leaks? I mean, just let them leak.
Yeah,
No?
He
she,
chases the leaks like he chases his work.
right. But but yeah, so we'll see what happens tonight. Um and we'll go from there. If I do go live tonight, which yeah, I'm leaning towards a phone stream tonight. I will be attempting one of these trefoils. These Celtic knots, So any captains or generals. Major, minor, and private, public, and general specific.
I have several of them in my army.
Yeah. But with all that, guys, let's move on to our final thoughts and call this a day. Or call this a show. So, why don't you start us off there, Michael? What's your thoughts on final thoughts for the show?
Well, tune in to Yamez's night stream where the naughty continues.
I knew that joke was coming.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got for us, Alexis?
Well, okay. So
Dang it.
these are all, yeah, right. These are all look really interesting to try, and they look like a lot of fun too. And so I'm gonna get out there, I think, and try to build something. I'm gonna start simple, of course, and we'll go from there. And I challenge each of you to do the same thing, whether it's just taking a piece of wire and bending it by hand and doing it, or getting out in the forge. I don't know. Try something. These look like they're a lot of fun to do, and so get out to your shop and tie a knot.
Right.
And I'll see you guys next week.
Right. My final thoughts are real quick to Stephen Parsons. He goes, what can I do to my big blue anvil to make it more professional? Anybody, any advice? Use it. Regardless of what a tool looks like, I mean, if you're going for the looks, yeah, paint it black. Or wire brush all the blue off of it, and then let it rust into a nice patina. But use it. To make a tool professional is to use it. A useless tool sits on a shelf. But yeah, my final thoughts as usual. Big thank you and shout out to all the channel subscribers and channel members and super chatters. Thank you very much, Ben and Michael. Very much appreciated. Big thank you to my co-hosts and guests, Alexis and Michael with Black Collar Ironworks and Transcendental Artist Studios in reverse.
Yeah, that super chat was just because I said a naughty word.
Yeah. With that, I have somewhere here. Where is it? Yeah, I have Adam from Speargrass Forge and his final thoughts. So we're gonna, those of us on the call right now, silence for about 59 seconds, and yeah.
Just say thank you very much for listening, guys. You can find Yamez on Island Metal Forge on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find Alex at Transcendental Artist Studios on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can find me, Adam, at Speargrass Forge on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you have any suggestions for Tool of the Week, Metal of the Week, or any other topic, you can leave them under the hashtag Metal of the Week in the YouTube community chat in Discord, or you can email us at impracticalblacksmiths@gmail.com. If you found us on Anchor, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, or Google Podcasts, we upload generally every Wednesday, or you can join us live every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's currently 12:30 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time on Monday morning. However, you should check that against your local time, and that's located at the Island Metal Forge YouTube channel. Finally, thanks for joining us, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, or give us a star rating if you found us on one of the podcasts, and we appreciate your support. Now,
and that was Adam coming in from the past. with our little outro. So, well, thank you all for a wonderful show. And I will either see you tonight or next week, where Adam will be back, and I'm not sure of the topic. We had something written down, but I can't remember it offhand. So, peace, everybody. All right.
Later.
End stream. You guys get to see behind the scenes because I have this all set up. End. Bye.